Hello grade 11 students and welcome to your general mathematics subject. I am your teacher, Abeline Joy Habakita, but you can call me Mang Abby. And our topic today is about propositions and logical operators. Thus, at the end of this video lesson, you are expected to number 1, illustrate and symbolize propositions. Number 2, distinguish simple and compound propositions. And number 3, perform different types of operations on propositions. Don't you know that? In philosophy and logic, proposition refers to either A, the content or meaning of a meaningful declarative sentence, or B, the pattern of symbols, marks, or sounds that make up a meaningful declarative sentence. Propositions in either case are intended to be truth bearers. That is, they are either true or false. These propositions are disputed by philosophers. Thales, who was the first to formally analyze reasoning process, followed by Aristotle, the father of logic, who searched for universal truth that were unquestionable. Then we have George Boole, is considered the father of symbolic logic. Today, to avoid the controversies and implications, the term sentence is often now used instead of proposition or statements to refer to just those strings of symbols that are truth bearers, being either true or false. Wow! It means that even in philosophy, there is mathematics? Yes, there is. Now, are you ready to learn? Before we start, remember that in mathematics, propositions is defined as a declarative sentence that is either true or false, but not both. Variables are used to represent propositions. The most common variables that are used are P, Q, and R. If a proposition is true, then its truth value is true, which is denoted by letter T. Otherwise, when it is false, it is denoted by F. We use PQR to denote propositions. Let us apply the definition of propositions for our first activity. Our first activity is entitled Identify Me. In this activity, I will give different statements and you must identify if it is a proposition or not. Take note, a proposition must satisfy 1, a declarative sentence, and 2, it is either true or false but not both. In every statement, I will give you 5 seconds to answer. Are you ready? Okay, let's start. Question number 1. Statement Q. Rodrigo Roa Duterte is the President of the Philippines. I repeat. Rodrigo Roa Duterte is the President of the Philippines. Go! Answer: it is a proposition since it's a declarative sentence and it is true. Question number 2. Statement P. Welcome to Module Legends. Question number 2. Statement P. Welcome to Module Legends. Answer: it is not a proposition since the statement is an exclamatory sentence, but not a declarative sentence. Question number 3. Statement R. What is the inverse of the function? Question number 3. Statement R. What is the inverse of the function? Answer. It is not a proposition since the statement is an interrogative sentence. Question number 4. Statement S. 4 plus 6 is equal to 10. I repeat, statement S. 4 plus 6 is equal to 10. Answer. It is a proposition since the statement can be read as a mathematical sentence as the sum of 4 and 6 is 10 and the value is T for true. Question number 5. The statement T, if you are a grade 11 student, then you are 16. I repeat, statement T, if you are a grade 11 student, then you are 16. Answer. It is a proposition since it is a declarative sentence and the value is F for false. Very good. Well done. You identified all the statements correctly. The next phase that you must know is if that proposition is a simple or compound proposition. Take note. Simple propositions is a statement that conveys one thought with no connectives, while compound propositions is a statement that can be broken down into simpler propositions. Compound propositions are formed using logical connectors or combination of logical connectors. Some logical connectors are not, and, or, if, then, and if only if. Okay, are you ready for the next activity? The next activity is entitled Distinguish Me. In this activity, I want you to distinguish if the given proposition is a simple or a compound proposition. In this activity, you are given 5 seconds to answer. Are you ready? For example, statement R. Math is fun. Timer starts now. Answer, it is a simple proposition. Let us now start. Question number 1. Proposition P. Logic is a branch of philosophy. I repeat. Proposition P. Logic is a branch of philosophy. Answer. Simple proposition. Question number 2. Proposition Q. Joy is a grade 11 student. Once again, Proposition Q. Joy is a grade 11 student. Answer. Simple proposition. Question number 3. Proposition R. I like math and I enjoy solving problems. Once again, Proposition R. I like math and I enjoy solving problems. Answer, compound proposition. Question number 4. If you study hard in general mathematics, then you will pass the subject. I repeat, if you study hard in general mathematics, then you will pass the subject. Go! Answer, it's a compound proposition. Question number 5. San Juan is not the surfing capital of the North. San Juan is not the surfing capital of the North. Go! Answer, compound proposition. Nice job! Well done, grade 11 students! Now you're ready to learn the operations of proportions, also known as the logical operators. Don't you know that there are 5 logical operators for proportions? We have negation, conjunction, disjunction, conditional, and biconditional. The negation of a proposition in P is denoted by this symbol. This is read as not P. Negation is the result of reversing the truth value of a given proposition. If a proposition is true, its negation is false. And if a proposition is false, its negation is true. Let's have an example. Given the proposition P, Nonoy wears a face mask to protect himself from the COVID virus. The negation of that statement is Nonoy doesn't wear face mask to protect himself from the COVID virus. Let's have another example for negation. Given the proposition Q, Harry Potter did not die at the end. The negation of that statement is Harry Potter died at the end. Let's go to the next logical operator. The next logical operator is the conjunction. The conjunction of a proposition P and Q is denoted by this symbol. This is read as P and Q. The propositions of P and Q are called conjuncts. Conjunction is the result of combining 2 other propositions called conjuncts. Let's go to another example. Given the following propositions, P, there is a COVID outbreak, and Q, I am staying at home. For the conjunction, P and Q, there is a COVID outbreak, and I am staying at home. Third logical operator is called the disjunction. The disjunction of propositions P and Q is denoted by this symbol, read as P or Q. The propositions P and Q are called disjuncts. Disjunction is the result of combining 2 other propositions called disjuncts. Example, given the following propositions, P, the book is interesting, and Q, I am staying at home. P or Q, this book is interesting, or I am staying at home. Let's have another example. Given the following propositions, P, I will wear a face mask, and Q, I will wear a face shield. To have the disjunction P or Q should be I will wear a face mask or I will wear a face shield. The fourth logical operator is the conditional. The conditional, also known as implication of propositions P and Q, is denoted by this symbol, which is read as P implies Q, or if P, then Q. Implication is the result of combining a hypothesis, which is called the antecedent, to a conclusion, which is called the consequent. Let's have this example. Given the following propositions, P, this book is interesting, and Q, I am staying at home. Conditional P then Q, if this book is interesting, then I am staying at home. Wow! Let's have another example. Given the following propositions, P, there is a COVID outbreak, and Q, I am wearing a face shield. To make it conditional, P then Q, if there is a COVID outbreak, then I am wearing a face shield. The fifth logical operator is the biconditional, also known as equivalence of propositions P and Q, which is denoted by this symbol. P, if and only if Q. Biconditional or equivalence is the result of combining propositions in the form of if and only if. Let's go to an example. Given the following propositions, P, this book is interesting, and Q, I am staying at home. Biconditional, P, if and only if Q, then the answer would be, this book is interesting if and only if I am staying at home. Let's have another example. Given the following propositions, P, I am staying at home, and Q, there is a COVID outbreak. The biconditional of these two statements is P, if and only if Q, I am staying at home if and only if there is a COVID outbreak. Math is really challenging, right? Right? But remember that in mathematics, we can also apply all the knowledges that we had in our daily life. We can think critically and we can solve problems, just like in real life. In real life, every day we experience problems, and these problems can be solved by critical thinking. Great! We have learned a lot today. To summarize our lesson for today, let us recall some definitions. Now, what is simple interest? Correct! What is compound interest? Very good! That is the correct answer. Now, what are the 5 logical operators? Number 1, negation, correct. Number 2, conjunction, very good. Number 3, disjunction. Number 4, conditional. And number 5, biconditional. Very good. Lastly, let's recall their denotations. What is the denotation of negation? Next, what is the denotation of conjunction? How about disjunction? Conditional. And lastly, biconditional. For the score part, you have to answer 2 activities to strengthen the basic concepts that you have learned. Are you ready for the first activity? Because I am. The first activity is entitled Break It Down Activity. For the direction, for this activity, determine whether the following statements are simple or compound propositions, or neither. If the proposition is a compound proposition, identify the simple components and the logical connectors that was used. For activity number 2, let's have the Express Me activity. For the Express Me activity, you must express the following in logical notations or vice versa. You may pass your answers in the 2 activities in different ways. First, you may encode your answer in a Common Bank and pass it to the Google Link above. Second way to pass your answers is you can write your answers in a Kanban to be submitted by your parents to the school on the day of distribution and retrieval, which is on Monday. Of course, we need to deepen your knowledge and skills. For your performance task, let us have the proposition posting activity. For this activity, you must create a compound proposition involving propositions P, Q, and R in 5 logical notations. Check your work. I will follow the rubrics given. The rubrics is composed of 3 criteria: the degree of the proposition, originality of the proposition, and solution. The highest score possible for your performance task is 40 points. For your performance task, you may encode your answers in your performance task in a Kanban and pass it to the Google link above. Or you can send it to my Messenger account. Or you can send it to my Gmail account. If you don't have internet, then you can write your performance task in a Kanban to be passed by your parents to school on the day of the distribution and retrieval. But remember to have proper health protocol. Wear a face mask and a face shield. Are you ready to check your knowledge and skills? For your assessment, I want you to log in to your quizzes account and click the link above. Or you can also ask your parents to have a copy of the assessment in school, but please again have proper health protocol. For your assignment, we discern the truth. You have to fill in the correct truth values for each row of the table to make the truth table for each compound proposition accurate. I hope you enjoyed our lesson for today. For any further questions, you can chat me to my Facebook account, Abiling Joy T. Abakita. Have a great day!